Today on Suncoast View, our primary election makes national news after a local candidate fakes a diploma and a college degree. We'll discuss.
There is something new coming to Sarasota County libraries. We'll learn about Creation Stations, where residents can use free technology for personal projects.
It takes fast fingers to twist balloons into shapes. A balloon artist will teach us how. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Candace McCallier. Great to have you with us.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Well, that's because you're a mom with kids back to school. That's why she's excited.
That's true. I'm in a really good mood.
One back to school anyway.
One to go.
Exactly. It is a whole different routine for everybody. But I heard you snuck in a little mommy-daughter trip before back to school arrived.
Yes, it was a really last-minute decision, but my daughter and I went to California over the weekend to visit some family members and just had a blast. I mean, we went on Friday and came back on Sunday, but we saw the Santa Monica Pier, which you see us in right now, and we went to Malibu, we went to Beverly Hills, and it was for a family birthday party. She didn't see a celebrity. All she wanted to do was see someone famous the whole time, and I kind of told her we'll definitely see one celebrity, but nope, we didn't see anybody. I'm like, what about me? No, mom's lame. I'm totally. But we had a blast. The weather was perfect. It was really a lot of fun.
I love that one last go before school
One last go, yeah.
Santa Monica Pier once, I locked my keys in my car out there, and I thought, those guys look like car thieves. So I went over, they could open my car, and I drove away very happily.
How do you approach someone and say, excuse me, do you know how to break in a car? You look like a thief?
I more said open the car, not break in.
You know what they have out there that's new, which is really cool? It's called the Bird. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's not like the gesture that you give people, but it's like scooters that they have all over the place, and you have an app on your phone, and you can just take a scooter when you see it and ride it, and then just leave it when you're done with it.
I saw this on Facebook. Wow. Cleveland has the Bird
so
now.
Cool.
Yes, it's like the motorized scooter. Explosion is everywhere, but it's not like a city bike where you have to park it back in somewhere. No. You just leave it.
You just leave it.
But people are complaining about that because you just leave them and they're thrown.
Leave them, maybe.
Well, no, they leave them because they can track you on your phone if you don't leave it.
And a scooter's got to be a bigger deposit than if you break a bike that you borrow.
They're just kind of throwing them at the doors of stores and stuff.
They leave them on the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's the complaint.
And they're electric. So, I mean, they're electric scooters, so it gets you faster, obviously with so much traffic. But it's weird because you just see them all over the place, just hanging out. Yeah, zipping around, and then you just see them like on the sidewalk, just sitting there.
I love this.
It's pretty cool.
I keep thinking I want them here, but then I always think, well, where would they go? I felt the same way about the city bikes. Like, where do they go?
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
So it's better to go to a city and use them where it's kind of set up for it. I just don't know that we can use them here.
Well, anything to keep you out of a car in LA is a bonus.
Oh, yeah,
that's for sure. So, well, good. Thanks for the fun report. We're glad you got a good trip in before school starts. We're going to see who's in the Rice's Appliance Kitchen today. We welcome Executive Chef Cisco from Council Oak Steaks and Seafood at Hard Rock, Tampa. Welcome, Chef. What are we making today?
Today, well, we're displaying our summer trio menu. It is running through the month of August, ending in September, but we're offering soup, salad, 2 desserts, and we'll be cooking today the 2 medallion fillets with the mushroom gratin crust.
Oh, that sounds very nice, and I certainly like the big, expansive offerings of courses and lots of fun things up at Council Oaks. So thanks for joining us. We'll be joining you in just a few minutes.
We had a big meal at Council Oaks a couple years ago. We had gone to a concert up at the amphitheater there, and then we went over to the Hard Rock, and it was like almost midnight, and we're like, okay, well, if we win, then we'll go have a big steak dinner at Council Oak. We won.
Really?
It was like $200, which was nice, right?
That's cool.
But it was midnight, and we're still like, no, we said we're going to do it. The most amazing meal, a little later than I would have liked, but it was delicious.
After that.
A little bit.
That's all right, though. Once you've done that, who's going to bed?
Exactly.
The night is young. It is time for our first hot topic, and it is all over the national news. State House District 73 candidate Melissa Howard admits she lied about having a degree from Miami University of Ohio. Howard even displayed a fake diploma from the university. She has now apologized, but says she will stay in the primary race and let voters decide whether she deserves to be on the November ballot. What do you think? Should she drop out?
Well, she also blamed the media and said it was fake news that she really did graduate for a while until there was no way out of it. So I think she should drop out just in case she accidentally wins.
Yeah, the challenge is, yes, she did admit to lying, but she admitted to lying after she got caught. You know, there's a difference. And we've all fibbed on our resumes, like, you know, I think out of college, or at least I'll tell you, I fibbed on my resume, on my acting resume. If I took a workshop from a teacher, I might say that I studied with that person. You know, shaping
I said I
things
could
a little.
dive once, and
but I never said I never said I was on Broadway
Right.
and then posted a picture of me on Broadway. You know,
That's pretty egregious.
Well, and the thing is, like, why? Because you don't need a degree to run for office.
Yeah.
So, I don't think it really got her more votes that she said that she had a degree. So that's just my question: is why? Like,
And
what's
if
the
it came
point?
down to questions,
Right.
I think a good answer was, I didn't finish my degree, but with the internet, I'm working on it all the time now,
Right.
which would have been a way to say I'm going after a degree.
I think you're right. I
Absolutely.
don't think anybody would have really judged her.
No, there are so
for
many
not-
people who don't go to college and are extremely successful and do other things. Or, yeah, I think to your point, Linda, that would have been a great thing to say. I'm working on it. I continue to work on it. And the statement I just thought was, you know, from a PR perspective, horrific. I mean, I think the statement was, I didn't mean to deceive anyone.
Oh,
Yeah, you kind of did.
Yeah, exactly.
you held up the picture.
And to me, and I don't know if this comes from remembering my mom growing up, you know, it's one thing to, you know, not fully admit the truth. It's another to go to the extent to fabricate a diploma, to post it, to hold it. I mean, we are deep, knee deep, much deeper than knee deep in a lie at this point. And, you know, I just don't think that's something most voters probably are too excited about. But, and as Linda said, if she accidentally wins, well, the good thing is there's another election. You know, I mean, it's a primary, you know, so it goes
It's
to November.
hard to drop
but-
out at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
people, I think
People
they
have
said
already voted.
30,000 people have already voted.
boy.
And, you know, it's hard to drop out at this point. So I think voters just have to come out and make their voices heard at the polls.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
such a terrible example for children. We're trying to teach our children to be honest, to be truthful, and then to have a politician do this.
You can't make this stuff up.
No, that is very, very
And
true.
she's so beautiful.
She is, and smart, and, you know, it's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird.
mistakes definitely happen. So teens don't always think things through, as we know, and as a result, they often do some less than safe things. So video footage shows 16-year-old Jordan Holgerson standing at the edge of a popular bridge in Washington. She had been thinking about jumping, but as she was wavering, you see a friend pushing her from behind. It sends her plunging down into the river 60 feet below. She hits in a violent belly flop, is rushed to the hospital with broken ribs and lung injuries. Should the girl who pushed her face charges?
Oh, wow.
Well, I think it's another one of those truth things. I'm sure the girl knows who pushed her, but I think the friend should come forward and say, I did a terrible
Well,
thing.
she knows. They all know.
Yeah.
They all know.
And say, I did a terrible thing. I felt awful. I'm so sorry. And then leave it in the hands of the authorities.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough because from an individual standpoint, I think like, okay, it was a prank and it had a terrible consequence, but I'm sure it didn't, I would imagine it didn't come from a bad place.
No.
It was a prank.
It looked like a kind of violent push, though.
Well, and that was part of the discussion.
And this has to be a lesson, though, for people in the future.
Well,
so.
you're standing on the wrong side of a guardrail thinking about jumping
Saying
somewhere
you're going
stupid.
to.
Yeah.
Right
Saying
off
you're
the
going
bat,
to.
I'm annoyed as the mother. Like,
Right.
why are you there in the first place?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, now, does that make it okay to have somebody push you? Absolutely not. But if you don't put yourself in the situation in the first place, then bad things may not happen.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
I mean, that's
It's
my
not like
first
someone
argument.
picked her up and threw her
Yes.
over. You're right. She was
Right.
on that other side.
And
I
the
didn't
friend
even
knew
think
she
about that.
wanted to jump.
Yeah.
She had said she wanted
Right,
to jump.
and then
so-
she had that chicken out. No, 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 looks scary. So the friend just gave her the oomph.
Yeah.
To me, that's not a crime.
Right.
It's not nice.
It's bad judgment.
It's bad
That's
judgment
right.
all
agree.
across.
I agree.
I don't think you could charge her.
No,
I
don't
you know, there
think
might be
so.
community service or something like that. I think humiliation is coming her way right now very strongly.
Probably.
So
Yeah.
I think
All
she'll
of them.
never forget this.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing
That's
makes me
tough.
nervous. Teenagers and their judgment.
Oh, my
Very,
God.
very nervous.
And maybe
No.
maybe it would be an example for people in the future. Like, just some pranks are not worth it. If breaking your neck and injuring your entire body is a possible result, don't do it. You know.
Yeah, and the complaint was that had she gone of her own accord, her
She would've
body
gone
would have been
feet
better
first.
positioned,
Right,
feet first.
right.
Because she was shoved, she ended up on a hard belly flop smack and had a lot of internal issues. So,
man.
yeah, the whole thing very sad. Just think, people, think, please.
Yes.
So as we get into back to school mode here on the Suncoast, one Colorado district is having a bit of a tougher transition. They are going to a 4-day school week. Sounds good on one level, but imagine the parents. So the district says the 4-day week will entice more quality teachers to work there and then allow them to better allocate financial resources. Parents now have to figure out childcare every Monday. The district is offering a $30 a day daycare option on those days. What do you think?
Well, I think teachers don't have time to get in all the things they need to get in today in 5 days. So I don't think they could possibly get in everything that they need to get in 4 days.
We hear that complaint from our teachers,
Right.
that
Yes.
they can't
Hard.
cover what they need to cover.
What's the point of it?
I think because they can't get teachers to work there.
Oh,
you know, they're in
wow.
need of teachers, as many of our districts are. So the 4-day work week is a little more, you know,
But you're not educating your
enjoyable.
children as well.
Exactly. What's your priority?
Yeah, and I mean, if the parents are not also on a 4-day work week, then it does create all those extra
Huge
issues,
Yes.
problem.
childcare
Yes.
and transportation, and just a complete upset in your routine.
Yep. And
Yeah.
safety, I worry about safety of kids. Not everybody's going to afford childcare. Then you've got kids at home unsupervised. Yes, the district is offering supervision, but $30 a day is going to be sitting in the cafeteria and playing
Yeah.
with your friends. I mean,
Yes.
it's not education.
I
This will
wonder
not
if they
last,
have,
I'll
if they have
bet
school
you.
choice out there, how many people are going
Choicing out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be
sounds like the
interesting.
whole district should have to move to go to another one.
That's
No.
crazy.
But on a weird level, though, I mean, if all of the stuff, the big stuff could get figured out, I like the idea that it could kind of teach a little work-life balance from a young age. I mean, there's a lot of hurdles to get over, but think how much, you know, we would enjoy a 4-day work week and a 3-day weekend, you know?
You
It-
just can't get it all in.
Yeah, it's not. I was just going to say, you're not going to learn enough to have your SATs stack up against those 5-day students. Are they no fun as a mom? Can you imagine? Welcome to my house. All right, well, texting is pretty much part of every relationship at this point, and researchers say happy couples have the same texting habits. The study finds that people who describe their partner as having a similar texting style to themselves reported greater relationship satisfaction. This is between you and your partner, and it didn't matter if your text topics were negative or positive. You just have to be in sync with your frequency of texting. Have you found this to be true?
That's funny.
That is kind of funny.
I text
twitching.
way more, and I'm way more
do?
communicative through text, you know, and I will say through
You type
text.
a lot more?
Well, in my family, it was always if you were on your way home, you always called
Yes.
to say, hey, I'm on my way home. Do you need anything? Or hey, I'm on my way home. You know, so I have continued that as an adult in my own home, and I don't. It's not the same.
It's not always
Information
reciprocated.
texter.
Yeah.
My daughter and her husband text when they're both at home in the same house.
Me too.
In
I have
different
done that.
rooms.
Me
yeah.
too.
But
Yeah.
I saw them. They're both in the same room and they're texting each other about something.
Yeah.
Well, they were probably arguing and they didn't want anyone else to hear it.
We're talking
Yes,
about
no.
you.
We argue
Very
on text because
do
there's
you?
kids in the house and maybe we're fighting things. Just, yeah.
Why are mom's thumbs going so ferociously?
But I do understand, especially what Joey said. I do think in the old days it would have been the, do you call to say you're on your way home, or can I
Right.
stop and get you anything? I mean, there's always a, hey, I'm leaving work. Hey, this is what I'm doing this afternoon. You know,
Yeah.
maybe it's just kind of a
And
courtesy.
dinner. It's usually around dinner for me too. Of like, I don't want to stop and get something for myself and then have a hungry person sitting there watching me eat. So I'm trying to kind of.
And I don't want to make dinner if somebody isn't showing up for it.
Yeah.
So-
So
Yeah,
trying
but
to
those
gauge.
words last. That person can save them and go back 5 years from now and say, look what you said to me.
That is a valid point during the arguing phase. That is a very
Yeah, but when you
valid
scroll
point.
up your past texts and you just see they're all on your side, that's when you realize, all right, I'm
The only
texting
one?
too much.
That's very funny.
One-sided conversation.
And by the way, Linda, I Snapchat the ones, or Snap the ones that I know I might need later on for ammunition. Yep.
babies.
That one goes in the file. Some texting, wonderful. Well, here is a must-have if you are sending a lefty back to school. Pens that are angled to help left-handed writers. So the pen actually guides the hand away from the paper, because think about it, if you're not a lefty, they hold the pen with their left hand and then the hand rests on what they have just written. Apparently smudging is a huge issue. I'm not left-handed, so I had not thought about this. You can find these pens on Amazon. Now lefties say they would like solutions to the binder rings always being in their way when they write, which again, I totally feel for. And one we all remember as a child, desks that are only designed to support right-handed elbows.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I did date a left-handed left-handed guy once, and he was convinced the world was like against him.
It makes sense, though.
I married
that we
one
don't
the
think
first
about, right?
had nothing to do with him being left-handed. The divorce, it did not.
Well, and I had a child that was very evidently left-handed, certainly in sports, but then when we got to like VPK and handwriting and all that, they were very adamant on switching it to the right hand, and I'm not overly sorry.
That just makes it messy, though, right? Or did they get better?
You know, it's a boy. It's
My
messy
brother's
anyway.
left-handed, and it was always awkward to watch him write because he would have to do this very strange, like broken arm pose.
And I think
to
it's
get-
hard for the teachers to get, you know, the things that they're supposed to teach when it's all backwards on a
Right.
lefty and stuff.
They have
But
scissors, right? I remember
they
in
make
school there were
left-handed scissors. They do make left-handed scissors, but I think left-handed pens are a great idea. So
Me too.
if it's a problem in your world, they are on Amazon like everything else. You can find them. We're going to check in with our mid-morning forecast, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how Sarasota libraries are bringing technology to you.
There's lots of shower and thunderstorm activity up around the Big Bend region of the state, and that's producing a little bit of cloud cover blowing off across our region, giving us at times some cloudy skies, but mostly high, thin clouds and a partly cloudy sky throughout the afternoon. We have two areas of high pressure, one in the Gulf waters producing this westerly wind flow that's been apparent for several days now, and this trough of low pressure located in northern Gulf waters. With that westerly wind, we have about a 30% chance for the next hour or two of seeing a coastal shower pop up. Not a very good chance. And then as we head into the next couple of days, the high pressure ridge in the Atlantic takes over, and that brings us that southeasterly wind, which provides a pattern that's more normal for this time of year in the summer. That is, showers building inland in the afternoon and then drifting back to the coast later in the day. But drier air may limit the number of storms we get toward the weekend, and it could be dry for a lot of folks. Today, daytime high near 90 with a 20% chance of showers.
The Sarasota County Library Foundation has just received a grant, get this, worth almost $1 million. The grant is from the Barancik Foundation Board, and it'll be used to establish creation stations in Sarasota County libraries. We welcome John Annis, the Senior Vice President of the Charles and Marjorie Barancik Foundation. Okay, John, tell us, this is a wonderful grant. Thank you guys so much. This is beautiful. But what in the world is a creation station?
So a creation station, think of a dedicated space in the library with technology or equipment and people that can help you with the projects. Some as like a sewing machine. Many of the younger people haven't used a sewing machine. So
Yes.
a sewing machine, but digitizing, print old photos.
Oh, I love that
huge.
one.
Robotics. They have 3D printers now that are coming online, so it's really a cool project. The library started thinking about this in 2016 and did a bunch of research, and then they decided they need to raise the money to actually put these creation stations in every library.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. So it's going to be in all the Sarasota County libraries?
Correct. So when you think that 10,000 people a day go into our libraries, it's not really surprising, I don't think, in Sarasota, because we are such a learning community, lifelong learning. But 10,000 people have an opportunity now to be exposed to even some new things.
So will each one be different in each library? Are they all going to be the same?
They'll be different, and one of the things I loved about working with the library is they met with each one of the communities to say, what do you want your creation station to be? But they're also mobile. Some of them can move from library to library. So they really thought this out.
Oh, so you could do one in North County and then one in South County and then switch them up.
Right, and there's two active ones right now, so this grant will allow them to go in every library, but the Selby Library already has a creation station, and the Shannon Staub Library in Northport has a creation station set up now.
Where is that one going to be where you can copy old photographs?
That's going to be in Venice. I think that'll be in the new Venice Library. But on the library website, you can find the creation stations, and they're even taking suggestions for new things that these creation stations could do.
Oh,
Yes.
so there's going to be one with the sewing machine and copying photos. And what else? What are some
3D
other ideas?
printers, robotics, and some of what I love about it is the idea that some of our senior citizens are actually working with young kids, so the intergenerational work that's happening in these creation stations is incredible. When they first came to us, they weren't asking for this much money to start. They were going to roll like one out at a time, and Kelly Romanoff and I and Terry Hansen thought, this is such a good project. We should go to the board and see if we can fund the whole project. So $500,000 of it is to launch the creation stations. $300,000 will be towards an endowment, so they can make sure that these will have supplies for the creation stations forever. And then there's a small amount for personnel too. So it's a fully loaded grant to cover the entire costs and have these things forever.
This
I
is a
love the idea
great
of this for
way-
everybody.
Yeah, it's a great way to kind of update the library. I know that there had been talk of will a library survive in the next several generations, and this seems like a secret key.
It's wonderful. I go to conferences, lots of places, and they talk about Sarasota libraries. You've actually done Sarah Beth Kalajian on your show
Yes,
before.
she was an amazing Suncoast woman.
She
the head
still
of the
is.
libraries.
She is incredible, and it's fun. She's fun to work with, and the Library Foundation team is great too. So we are lucky to have such great libraries in Sarasota, where everyone can use them, and the staff is the customer service at our libraries is incredible. I wish many businesses adopted the customer service approach that they have at our libraries, where they really want to help you learn. It's really incredible to work with them.
And it's not just books anymore.
Oh, no. The books are there. For those of us that love books, there are still books. But there's everything you can imagine. If not, they're partnered with All Face Food Bank, and they feed people during the summer. They were doing that program.
Oh, my goodness.
Part of Campaign for Grade Level Reading. Our libraries are really part of our community in every way you can imagine.
And for a lot of people, it's the only way to use a computer.
Right.
And maybe we'll learn to use those computers when we go to these stations. So they're there now.
In 2 libraries, Selby and in the Shannon Staub Library in Northport. But they'll be coming soon, and that endowment campaign to raise the rest of the money, I think, will start in September.
Now, you do a lot of projects. You gave away $15 million this year.
The Branson Board will give away $15 million.
That is a lot of money.
It
What
is.
are some of the other projects?
In this last round of grant funding, it was everything from affordable housing on that Hometown Heroes, the Lofts on Lemon project is one, and then the Twig, the foster care store down in Venice.
yes.
It's an amazing
We've
program.
had them on several times,
They're
yes.
so great to work. It's good for your heart to go watch that happen. So that was a smaller grant this round, but the Multicultural Health Institute with Dr. Lisa Merritt was one of the other grants this round. And so they have 4 board meetings a year, and we have 1 more board meeting left this year to give away the remainder of that money.
What a great job, giving away $15 million and making the community better for every part of it.
All about making a difference. The Bransicks really do believe in making a difference, so that's why we look at these projects carefully and we say, how is this really going to have an impact in our community?
This is why the Suncoast is such a great place to live. You got to have money like this to make it something that everybody can enjoy.
And all of our foundations support the library. This is one of those things where there's philanthropists and individuals and these friends of the library foundations that are all supporting the library. So this is something that our whole community is behind, and everyone gets to use the library. So how wonderful is that?
I'm going to get in that line for the picture copying. Maybe
Joey
sewing
liked that
machines
too,
like
right?
that. That's
those great
great. Thank you
photos.
so much. And for more information on the Sarasota Libraries and the amazing things that they are doing, you can go to sarasotalibraryfoundation.org. And to learn more about the foundation, you can go to their website that you see right there on the screen. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
Introducing the ABC7 First Alert Weather Tracker. This all-new mobile weather lab is just one more way. The team you trust is keeping you ahead of the storms. The ABC7 First Alert Weather Tracker, sponsored by Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Without the letters A, B, and O, there's no mom. No dad. There's no Brittany. Because A's, B's, and O's determine your blood type. And we're missing all of them. That's why the American Red Cross needs people like you to help fill the gaps. Schedule your donation at redcrossblood.org.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veteran Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
Welcome back. We love having Candace McKelliey here to give us updates on the endless amount of new development projects here on the Suncoast. So Candace, we talk about different things all the time, but we want to get the real deal of what's going on. Yes. Let's start east of downtown, where things seem to be absolutely exploding. Right. What's new in the Payne Park area?
Well, you know, this is an area that's really going to see a lot of redevelopment over the next year, and actually much needed redevelopment. So the Payne project, Village project, has had significant changes from what it was originally intended to be. Now you're going to see a lot of new homes there. Now it's under the ownership of a new company, David Weekly Homes, and the plans for the 8.7-acre parcel include 135 attached and detached single-family homes.
Wow.
So that's kind of interesting. And then, you know, very close by, you've got the Ringling Shopping Plaza, which was a very contentious project when the developer wanted to put a Walmart there.
I remember.
And now that's not happening, but that area is going to actually have a 222-unit apartment complex there.
Wow.
So that whole area is really going to be completely redesigned,
Which
reimagined.
is great. And
it's
residential.
so great. And residential.
And having that park right there too. I love that.
It's wonderful.
And good accessibility to downtown. I mean, you can easily walk downtown from there. So I think it's some nice, affordable options
It'll
maybe.
be good for Main Street.
And some of those businesses right there, you've got that plaza that's kind of right across the street.
Shamrock
I'm sure.
Pub.
Five-O Donuts is there.
There's a bike store.
They've been
Alterations.
struggling.
My shoe repair guy.
That's right.
We go there.
Obviously.
We don't shop or anything. That's funny. All right, well, good. I like to see that development near downtown. Now, let's head a little bit farther east. We know there's tons going on in Lakewood Ranch. What's the latest?
So Lakewood Ranch was recently named the #2 fastest master plan community in the country, which, as we all know, people are really still continuing to flock there for residential purposes. You've got so much happening there. Toll Brothers, a national builder, just announced that they're going to be creating a 450-home neighborhood east of the Lake Club, sort of between the Lake Club and Concession, which is out there.
That's pretty far east.
It's pretty far east, but you have so much coming out that way right now. You've got that new Publix on Lorraine that's coming soon, and then so this will be just past the Lake Club, and it'll be a gated community. And Toll Brothers, really, it's their first entrance into Lakewood Ranch, and they're a very well-respected national builder, so that'll be fantastic. They're also extending Lakewood Ranch Boulevard to Fruitville Road, so that'll give drivers an alternate route that don't want to take Lorraine or don't want to take the interstate, so hopefully that should alleviate some traffic.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the addition of Lorraine Road now going all the way down there, that is a great workaround when there's any problems.
It's wonderful, and it's a really nice road.
It is.
If you've driven it before, it's beautiful.
Nice
You've got
and
lakes
wide
on both sides. It's really pretty.
I thought it was a secret, and then I realized everybody else is on
Not
it too.
so much anymore. I know. It was a secret in the very beginning.
All right, now Linda had a question that I thought was a good one about the Bradenton Herald building.
She did. So the last time I was here, we talked about what's happening with the old Bradenton Herald site, and really a lot of people are asking about this, but surprise, surprise, a lot of people thought it might be medical office complex. It's actually going to be apartments. So the $16 million Bradenton Herald building was demolished in the summer of 2015, and now it was purchased for $3.3 million in 2014, and now you're going to have a 300-unit apartment complex there.
Okay, good.
Lots of places to live.
Right, and
so
good
many
locations.
changes, and the landscape in so many areas is really going to change, so it'll be neat.
All right, sounds good. To see more development updates, you can find Candace at WeDoGreatPR.com. All right, coming up next, someone is getting ready in our Wow One-Day Painting Green Room. I hear he's full of hot air.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Don't allow your weight to threaten your health or control your future. Excess weight or obesity can cause emotional and physical health risks. But you can take control. The Your Weight Matters campaign offers free resources and tips to help you measure and understand your weight. Take the Your Weight Matters Challenge. The free toolkit prepares you to speak with a healthcare provider about your weight. Your weight does matter. Take the challenge and take control today.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
Pets bring so much joy to our lives. They're loyal, they're protective, and smart. Yet as smart as our pets might be, they can't advocate for themselves, especially in the event of a natural disaster. During Hurricane Harvey, many families were separated from their pets. That's why it's important your pet is part of your family's disaster preparedness plan. Talk to your veterinarian and visit banfieldfoundation.org/disaster. Don't save it for a rainy day.
Well, it takes some fast fingers to be a balloon artist. So how does a piece of latex get twisted into amazing three-dimensional creations? Well, Joe Cirillo, also known as the Balloon Dude, is here to give us a lesson. All right, this is not something that we thought we were going to learn when we woke up this morning.
But it's something you'll never forget.
Yes. Well, we're excited about this. So how did you start? Where did you learn to do this?
I am self-taught.
Oh, wow.
I saw somebody else do it, and I said, wow, what a way to make a living.
Yeah.
Making people happy, and I'm happy doing it.
And you have an interesting reason for finding this as a living. Tell us about it.
Yes, I have a wife who's sick. She wasn't able to continue working. I wanted to find a way to do something part-time. I had a full-time job with overtime, and I said, what else could I do?
I love it.
Yes.
It's great. You invented your own job.
Yes.
And now you're a very popular man everywhere you go.
Everybody loves me for my balloons.
Well, it is actually, I found out a lot of people have this as kind of a hidden talent. We learned that our own meteorologist, John Scalzi, also makes balloon animals, and he showed us his skill just last year on the show. We were not any better at trying to make them then.
No.
He was very skilled.
You don't have any competition from us.
So you can make pretty much anything. I see that you have a sword here.
Oh,
so you are going to attempt to teach us. He made a sword while I was talking about the sword. This is incredible. You're so fast. You're going to try and teach Linda and I how to make them.
Okay, you're going to take that in your hand.
Yes.
And you're going to take that one in your hand, and I'm going to take another one and blow it up. And real quick, I'm going to show you. This only takes about 31 seconds. Somebody time me one day.
31
What's the
seconds.
quickest item you can use, you can make? I said, probably the sword.
Kids love these.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
You don't last long because you're fighting with them in the pot, right? I
Well,
mean,
Linda-
that's from experience.
Linda said
Hours will
that
last.
she will usually take the kids and grandkids to events where there are balloon
yes.
artists because
Right.
the kids love it.
They do.
You're going to flip that around so that the nozzle is by you.
Flip the whole balloon.
The entire balloon.
Oh, I had the room upside
You
down.
want to take where the nozzle is and make a small bubble.
Oh, and it
small
won't pop.
No, these are Canadian balloons. They generally don't pop. I'm not going to say it. Never. Make a small bubble like this.
I got a small
Isn't that
bubble.
weird?
Now.
You just expect it to. Well,
The
yours
bubble's
might
opening.
pop. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll keep
How
going.
do you
Don't
get
let
it
go
to
of it.
stay?
Don't let go
Oh,
of it.
how did
Okay,
it
don't
In
let
this
go.
case here, you're going to not let go of it.
Okay, now what?
Now, take this and bend it over like this.
Like this?
Yep, bend it over. That's
Okay.
it. You got it.
Okay.
Go ahead. Smaller.
Smaller.
That's your handle.
There you go.
Oh, that's my handle. Okay.
Not quite that big, just a little bit smaller.
Oh,
Okay,
that's for
now
little
stop
hands.
it right here.
Okay.
And where you see this and this, you're going to twist them.
Oh, listen for the
Twist it
pop.
together.
I know. I'm waiting for it.
It's going.
You
It's
got it.
going.
Waiting for it.
I got a handle here.
Oh, 5 times.
Flying everywhere.
4 or 5 times. Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. Take the nozzle and hide it by
Hide it?
slipping it through.
You are a professional.
And you were self-taught.
Yes, I am.
That's
All right.
crazy.
I take no credit for this. It's a God-given talent. Tell me
Okay.
when you're ready. Okay.
Okay.
Now you're going to take and make 5 bubbles all the same size.
See?
Roughly no more than a
1.
3/4 of an inch, an inch. Don't be afraid. They
Your
don't
face is
usually
like-
pop.
You're so-
Uh-oh.
You twist more to get him to stay.
But you have to hold them, right?
Yeah, you got to hold it so it doesn't unravel.
Yeah, how do you get that to stay?
right.
Like, how do they not unravel?
Linda's pretty good at this.
I know.
Just by
Keep
twisting
going.
it
You
more.
got it.
Now, Joe, well, Linda's doing a great job.
1,
but
2.
While
I
she
keep-
continues,
Go ahead.
you have a
Yeah, you
very
hold it.
beautiful, very unusual, amazing creation that you will make. Can we see it?
Yes.
Yes.
What are we looking at?
Here's your.
We're going to pause on the sword for a minute. Show us this. Linda, this will be in honor of you.
This is because we're ahead of you on this one.
Exactly.
So tell us what you're making here.
I am going to make a heart with kissing doves.
All right.
First, I take this magenta-colored balloon, which I only use for hearts.
Oh, okay.
Magenta is a combination of red, pink, and burgundy. Blow it up almost entirely, where it only has a little bit left at the end.
Okay.
Okay. Tie the nozzle. Somebody said, how do you make that into a heart? Well, you get used to doing this.
Yeah.
You're going to take and tie the ends where the nozzle and that little piece was. Now I'm going to take this and make it into a heart. Take it and bend it.
Oh.
By using the heat of your hands, squeeze this and hold it for a minute or two. And then you're going to bend this. On 3, you're going to hear some small sounds. 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, and 3. Now flip it over and do the same thing on the opposite side.
A heart bending but not breaking.
Correct.
So you're actually manipulating the shape of the balloon
Yes,
instead
I
of
am.
not even just folding, but by the shape. That's
Correct.
incredible.
Now, here's your heart.
Oh, that's perfect.
All right, now I'm going to take 1 white balloon and I'm going to make 2
Who figured out you
kissing
could do that?
doves.
Right?
Right, that's the thing I'm trying to understand. What made you think that you could do that? That's so cool.
Joe, is there a pattern for animals, or do you kind of create it as you're seeing it?
I've learned how to do certain animals by looking at books in the library, looking at YouTube. Some I figured out. The first year I was doing balloons, my wife said to me, is there any chance that you can make a pumpkin at Halloween for the table?
Neat.
Well, based on these 2 doves I'm making right now, you take 2 of these
Oh,
and
I
put
can
them
see
together.
that. Yeah, and that would form a pumpkin.
Yep, that in orange would be a pumpkin.
Yeah, that makes sense. You could use this for lots of different things, that base.
Yes. If you had orange balloons, yes.
Yeah, and I took a green balloon and attached it to the orange balloon at the very beginning, and then I made leaves and a stem and made it for the table. She says, I know you didn't look that up. She got done in like 20 minutes. She says, and I know the computer was sitting on the kitchen table. Here's your 2 doves kissing
Look at that.
out of 1
They
balloon.
go with the heart.
And you put them in the bottom of the heart.
Joe, what a fun thing. And what I love too is that you can actually learn how to make balloon animals with Joe. You can take his balloon art class at the Artful Giraffe right here in Sarasota. For class information and times, go to their website, artfuljiraffe.com. All right, next, we're going to meet a local author who shows us some similarities between golf and life.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Ray Collins. Today at noon, Lakewood Ranch politician Melissa Howard now admits she lied about her college diploma and is apologizing. Last weekend, she called reports of her dishonesty as being fake news. The latest on this story at noon. A London driver has been charged with terrorism after crashing into a barrier outside the Houses of Parliament. The car caused minor injuries to several pedestrians and cyclists. And now for the forecast on the Suncoast, here's John Scozzi.
We're looking at double-barrel high-pressure ridges, one of them today dominant, bringing a westerly wind flow. That again encourages those kind of coastal showers near the morning, even though we don't have a great chance, followed by inland showers in the afternoon, even a less chance. But still, that's the flow pattern. That reverses itself as we head into the weekend, and the high in the Atlantic takes control with a southeasterly wind. Today, our rain chance this afternoon, about 20%.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Mascara adds depth to the eyes. Lipstick gives the mouth color and definition. And ALS paralyzes the body.
You look great, Mom. Thank you.
Slowly taking away the ability to move and eventually breathe.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
Golfing great Arnold Palmer once said, golf is deceptively simple and endlessly complicated. Kind of like life itself, right? Author Michael Zinjan sees the parallels very often when he plays golf and when he lives his life. And he combined them in his new book, Philosophy of Golf. Michael, that's a great idea, I think.
Yes.
Now, you used to live in Sarasota and you wrote this book here.
Yeah, well, I have a brother and a sister and their families that live here, so I've spent a lot of time here over the years. And last year I was here helping my sister open a business, and I finally wrote this book that I've been thinking about for a few years.
How did you see the similarities between golf and life?
Yeah, well, there are so many. As I've traveled around and talked to golfers, they all tell me there's so many parallels, and this is a book they've been waiting for. But to me, the most important one is the one you just touched on. They're both very difficult games. But they're also very fun when you overcome those challenges and you get to that point. You know, it's taught me a lot about acceptance and patience and integrity. You know, your earlier segment about the politician who, you know, golf's the only game where you call a penalty on yourself. And if that politician had called a penalty on herself, like you said, early on and said, you know, I did this, it was wrong, and we're going to move on now, everything probably would have been forgiven and moved on, but she didn't do that. But that's a great lesson you can learn in golf, is being impeccable with your word, because even though nobody sees you, whether you call a penalty or not, you know. And that's one of the important lessons.
So what's your golfing background?
Yeah, so I'm not a great golfer. I'm a 14 handicap, which is a little better than average. And I'm not a perfect person. All the things in the all the things.
Really? Have you on this show.
Right, so that's what this is about. None of us are. You can't be perfect at golf. The best golfers in the world miss all the time. And we all miss in our lives all the time. The thing is to, see the shot that you want to hit, commit to the moment of impact, do everything you can to hit it, and then let go. And what happens, happens, and you adjust accordingly from there.
That's a good lesson. That's hard to go with. Do your best and then let it go and don't worry about the results.
Yeah, you have to release the attachment to outcome. And that's a difficult thing in life. We think that we have to be so proactive and we end up forcing things. And when you force things, you sort of squeeze the joy out of it and you might actually prevent the outcome that you were looking for by trying to force it.
Now, this is the golf instruction book. How do you relate it to life?
Yeah, so it's a fun setup. It's set up like a golf course. There's 18 holes, as I said, teaching different things like acceptance and patience. So we explore those topics, tell some funny stories, and at the end of the chapter, you get to score yourself to par as to how you're doing in your life or in your golf game. And then I give some pro tips and some practice drills so you can work on those concepts.
So you can see if you're winning?
Yes, yes, yes. And again, it's about identifying your weaknesses and working on those. We can all work on the things that we're good at. That's easy. But you don't get better, and you don't really bring your best when you do that. When you're working on the things that you're not great at, that's how you get a better score, and that's how you live a happier life.
All this rings a bell, so we know it's really, really true.
Yeah.
How did you develop this philosophy?
Yeah, well, again, it's not just for golfers, it's for anybody, but, it sort of came to me. I was in the music business for 20 years, and I wasn't happy doing that, and I wanted to do something different and spread some positivity. And I actually had this dream about if you visualize the shot, hit the shot, commit to hitting the shot, and then release attachment to outcome, that'd be a great way to play golf.
That's what you dreamed?
And a great way to live life. And I thought, wow, I could actually turn that into a book.
Dream. My dreams are not that.
Yeah, no, that was one of the more special dreams I've had, I'll say.
And he was dreaming about golf.
You've just found a creative way to play golf for a living without having to be good enough to play golf for a living.
That's also correct. I also thought, how can I create a career that I'd really love, which is travel, play golf, and talk to people about things that make them better and help people just get some perspective, which is something I've always been good at, and now I'm making a career out of it.
It's easier to talk about something like golf and then make the parallel, because when you start to talk about life, all those things in life start to weigh on you.
Yeah, and it's a very light book. It's not heavy philosophy. It's meant to be super digestible, and also the first in a series. So.
Oh, I want to read this. It makes perfect sense. Yes. And you've got to meet Michael. You can meet him at a book signing at Bookstore 1 in downtown Sarasota on Wednesday, August 15th at 4 p.m. Next, I'm joining a jazz band. We'll tell you more about that.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. or visit SoClean.com today.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
Can't ignore that. That's too many employees who are really counting on the commission to investigate it and, take appropriate action.
Sarasota City Clerk accused of harassment and has negative evaluations against her. Now the city is investigating. I'm Alan Cohn. We'll hear from the mayor at the trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Tomorrow at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Webb.
And I'm Ray Collins. Right now there's a nursing shortage across the Suncoast.
We'll tell you what Sarasota Memorial is doing to get more nurses into their hospital. That's tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
2 high-pressure ridges, one in the Gulf and one in the Atlantic. One of them's going to win out and change our weather pattern. We'll talk all about that coming up bright and early.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
We're doing something extra fun tomorrow on Suncoast View. Usually we have our arts organizations and bands come in to see us. Well, we're going to send Linda to them. The New York City jazz band, the Swingaroos, is back on Florida Studio Theater stage. And Linda, I hear you're going to grab a bass and jump on in there.
I am going on stage, so I may be discovered.
You
I
might.
may be taking the stage there for a long, long time.
You're
now.
going to be a swingaroo, and you can see it all. That's coming up tomorrow at 9 right here on Suncoast View. Coming up next, we're headed to the Kidston with Council Oak at the Hard Rock.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Stephanie Webb. Coming up today at noon, Governor Scott declared a state of emergency due to all that red tide. We're going to tell you what it means here on the Suncoast and how Sarasota schools are trying to help students there cope better during the school year. We'll tell you how. Right now, let's check in with First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we are looking at double areas of high pressure. One out in Gulf waters provides us a westerly wind flow today that encourages those coastal morning showers and then inland showers later in the day. But over the next several days, this high pressure ridge in the Atlantic takes hold. That brings us a southeast wind, so the morning showers go away and we'll be left with those afternoon showers building inland, followed by evening showers that drift near the coast. Today, our rain chance a little bit lower than it was yesterday, coming in at about 20% this afternoon. We'll have a daytime high that tops out at a hot and steamy 90 with a feels like temperature of about 100.
Clogged pores are disgusting. Introducing Dermasuction, the easy way to suck that yuck out of your pores. Dermasuction removes blackheads and dirt from your pores. Just look at everything it extracts. The secret's the gentle vacuum action. Watch as Dermasuction extracts so much yuck, leaving your skin feeling clean and youthful.
The gunk that had been pulled out, I was pretty horrified, but better in the Dermasuction than on my face.
It's almost addictive because you can see all this stuff coming out of your skin that you don't even really know is there.
Call now to order your Dermasuction for just $19.99. We'll also include our small and large body probes, the Sonic Microdermabrasion probe, and the handy travel case, all absolutely free. Order now and you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. You can get all this, but you have to order now.
Call 1-800-213-9301. That's 1-800-213-9301. Or visit dermasuction.com. So call 1-800-213-9301 now.
Another pair of satisfied emotions. Looks to me like elation and maybe some amazement. It's part of the Honda Summer Spectacular Event experience. You could say satisfaction comes standard here, just like the Honda Accord comes standard with a luxurious, roomy interior. All at the Honda Summer Spectacular Event.
We see it all the time.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Accord, 2018's North American Car of the Year.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Find out first at 4 on the Suncoast with ABC 7 News at 4. ABC 7 News at 4 starts with a detailed look at your first alert weather forecast to help you plan and prepare. We give you a fresh, fast-paced rundown of the day's top stories and videos, including breaking news, live updates, and traffic hotspots, all at a new, more convenient time. Find out first at 4, weekdays on ABC 7. Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device.
Welcome back. We're here with Executive Chef Cisco from Council Oak Steaks and Seafood. I've got my tongs. We're ready to go. What are we making?
We're making tornadoes of filet today. So we're going to, first we butcher in-house all of our steaks. So this is two of our 3-ounce filet medallions.
Okay. They look super lean and delicious.
Yeah, they do. They're beautiful.
So if you may, please just salt and pepper.
What did you just put in there?
This is blended oil. It's 20% extra virgin, 80% canola.
Ah. That's a very cool pepper.
I know.
A push mill.
I never know how much pepper and salt to put on. But
Always
I
just
guess...
enough to cover, so you want to do.
Oh, okay.
Just enough to cover.
Yeah,
okay, I'm
just
going to
enough
write that down.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
And then you want a hot smoking pan. So
Yeah.
You got that.
steak in. There you go.
Ooh.
Steak in.
Sounds good.
There you go.
Okay.
And usually it helps a lot to take the tongs and kind of move them around a little bit so it doesn't stick.
So it doesn't stick.
And then flatten it down a little bit so you get even sear.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then let it go.
Yeah, great tips.
What we have over here is our mushroom gratin crust. So we have heavy cream, Parmesan cheese, Asiago cheese, all melted together with wild mushrooms. That's going to go on top of the filet. And over here we have our potato plank, which is blanched potato. It's sliced on, horizontally, and then we crisp up, and that's the base for the steak.
And you have a lot of different steaks on your menu, I would assume.
Oh, we do. We have 2 of them right here: the tomahawk ribeye and the 12-ounce New York strip, dremeled.
Whoa! Lord, does someone eat that?
I know. Somebody may have to lift up the tomahawk.
That's
yeah,
really cool.
That is really cool. I love Council Oak on the bone there. That's wonderful.
The beauty of cooking the medallions is it cooks pretty fast because it's such a thin piece. So get a nice even sear across.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
Oh, that's why you wanted to pat it down when you first put it in.
Right. It gives you that beautiful crust and that even sear.
Now, you mentioned that this is all part of a special 3-course offering you're doing right now. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So we have the Summer Trio menu. It is $70. It is served Sunday through Thursday. So when you come in, you have a choice of a super salad. So in this case, it's our baby heirloom tomato salad. And we have our roasted tomato bisque, our tornadoes of filet for the entree, and you have an option of 2 desserts at the end. So it's our black cherry gâteau, chocolate mousse inside, espresso chantilly cream on top, and our key lime bar, little meringues, raspberry sauce.
All right, so amazing piece of steak and then some options before and after.
So I love the presentation.
I know.
All right.
So what we do essentially is we take the seared steak, which is at this point mid-rare, crossing the mid-rare line.
Is there a formula for that? How many minutes on each side?
Or how are you checking?
I'm checking based on the sides there.
Yeah.
The sides there can show you that it's still red, and there's very little there's still some give to it.
Okay.
So we're just crossing the rare mark.
Okay.
Rare to mid-rare. So there's still like it's still kind of jiggly.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can tell. The more it's cooked, the less give you have, and the more dense it is.
So you can tell that just by picking
just
it up
by looking
and
at it,
gently
yes.
squeezing.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you recommend cooking it to?
I recommend mid-rare, medium top.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it will continue to cook for a minute on the plank there? Is that correct?
This is perfect, just the way it is. So once we have it here, we crust with our gratin.
I would like to put a spoon in the gratin, just for the record. It's killing me. Yes, I'm holding my hands like this, so I don't touch that spoon.
Mushrooms and cheese, wow.
Yeah, what an amazing combination.
In the restaurant, we throw this into the salamander. So our salamander would be our overhead broiler, and this becomes a nice crusty.
But you brought a fun little toy here.
Yeah, I brought a torch.
For the record, this is our favorite part.
Yeah, this is cool.
Now,
add a little
what's
crust
the
to
point of crusting it? What does that do for the flavors?
Like a French onion soup would get that little crusty, chewy topping, and you get a creaminess in the center. This gives it that texture. on the outside.
And like crunchy cheese, is
Yes.
there anything better than
I
that?
know. That is absolutely amazing. Well, I love the idea of a nice field trip to Council Oak at Hard Rock Tampa. Obviously, lots of great entertainment at the Hard Rock and some great steaks there as well. And Joey fessed up that there's some late night dining options on weekends. So you are open late on weekends?
We are open late on weekends, Friday, Saturday till midnight. Sunday through Thursday, we're open till 10.
And this special that you mentioned with the 3 courses is Sunday through Thursday.
Sunday through Thursday.
All right.
So you don't have to gamble. You can just go eat.
Exactly. Lots of great
experience.
things at Hard Rock Tampa. Lots of new things coming as well. But one thing that has stayed the same is the wonderful quality of the steaks and food at Council Oak. So we will go give you a visit, Cisco. Thank you. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Candace, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's
Welcome,
always so fun.
welcome back to school.
Yeah.
And as we all get back into our routines, lots of fun. So everybody enjoy the rest of your day. I have no doubt we are going to enjoy the food with Council Oak. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.
Thank you.